Hey everybody, it's your boy Nerdicane. Hey, remember comic book reviews? Remember when I used to do those? Yeah, I went a good 2 months without buying a comic book. That's a little bit of a confession I got, but I'm doing it again. Kind of got my head straight. You know, I finished college and now I am looking for a job, but that's not what I'm talking about here. First I want to pander to you guys a little bit. I think I've dropped between 200 subscriptions. I want to get back above that. Well, I want to get to 1,000 so I can get monetized at least. But if you know anybody, if you're watching this, if you like my video, my style, please hit a like, hit a subscribe. If you know anybody who also likes these comic book reviews, I try to be a little entertaining. You know, the quality of my videos are going to go up at the end of the month. I'm getting a Surface Book 2. So the quality of my vids are going to go up substantially, I promise. But anyway, I did a review on this first issue, and this is The Last Space Race. So it's a really cool concept, and the writer Peter Calloway, you can tell as I said in the first video, as the video of the first issue, he took a little bit of time and researched the logistics of how something in outer space would be spotted and the hierarchy of information that would know about that first. And then it's very cool writing, and it continues in this one as well. So here's the thing. I've read Marvel books with characters who are supposed to be geniuses. There's a lot of characters who are geniuses in this book as well. But the thing is, like Riri Williams or Tony Stark, they will, the writer, whoever writes them, will tell you in the dialogue that they're a genius. They're constantly saying it. But they never really do clever things. In this book, we're introduced to a new character, and oh my God, he's a bit of an egotist, so yes, he will tell you that he's a genius. But he does something very, very clever, and it's very interesting how they introduce this character too. They start with him as a young boy, and he's just talking about growing up and the things that he's seen. Here's a little cameo by Space Ghost. That's pretty awesome. But you see along the way the things that have driven him and the things that he's dealt with in his life, you know, and really it was coming from a poor family, a struggling family. It was never what you think it would. You'd think it would be like, oh, racism, you know, but he never really has to deal with that. I mean, he's got bullies, but who doesn't in that day and age? Who didn't? But it shows him coming up to the point where he is now. And this is where it begins to do something very clever. He basically called this private session with a senator to, as they'll explain here on this page, an existential threat to the United States. And basically he gets in there. The whole reason he called this was not to talk to her. It was to talk to her. You see, as we establish in issue 1, the billionaire, and she's some of the liaison with the government, high up in the government, they've spotted this thing out in outer space. He spotted it too. He knows it's out there. He doesn't know exactly what it is. He knows that because these other people know, he knows that they know, that I know, that you know, and it's in, because he knows they know, they're in on something, and he wants to be in on something. So the way he gets their attention is not to contact them, because they just wouldn't answer the phone. He and the billionaire are sort of rivals, I guess. He calls this meeting with this senator in a private room because he knows that if he bluffs spilling the beans to her, that she is going to come and scoop him up. Now, it's very cool that he mentions, okay, he knew one of two things was going to happen. Either they were going to throw him in a hole and he wasn't going to be seen or heard from for years, or he was going to be sort of brought into the project. And luckily for him, that's kind of what they did. But it's a very smart character. acting very smart. He doesn't really know what's going on, but he knows certain things, and he uses that in a smart way to get the attention. And I'll skip a couple pages. This right here is kind of cool too. This is a subplot to what's going on as well. And I saw this and I'm like, who's this guy? And I didn't know what was going on. So as this is happening, they're talking about, and this is the major plot point as well. As this is happening, you see it playing out. Basically, the thing that, and it shows, this is the thing that made him deduce that something was going on. The people who set that into motion with the virus were, as written in here, the Chinese. They used a super weapon, like a super virus, to just cut through all the safety protocols and basically cause this to explode. Well, he knew about the Chinese super weapon, the virus that could just cut through safety precautions, and we've never seen anything like that. So he knew if the Chinese were breaking that out already, that weapon that was kind of like their ace in the hole, then there was something that they were desperately trying to find out or catch up on, and that's what led him to find out that to figure out that there was something in space. Yeah, that's all. I'm not going to show you anymore. I want you guys to buy this. This is, I looked at the Comichron numbers on this. It's doing about 22 to 2,500. This needs to sell more because this is very smart writing and it's done really well. The other thing that this did really well is if you look at these pages and the pages that I showed you, it's a lot of text, especially this page. Look at that. That is like a wall of dialogue and a wall of text. But the thing that's being done here that they just can't seem to do at Marvel, and this is the sign of a good writer, is, less is more. A lot of times in comics, less is more. Well, if you have to do a lot of talking, at no point when I was reading this was I bored. I was never like, oh, just like, you never see these Marvel quote unquote genius characters who just tend to blah, 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 blah. I'm so great. I'm so perfect. I'm so this, I'm so that. It was never any of that. It was all sort of pointed dialogue, even though there was a lot of it, it was never, I never got bored. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm not going to show any more. Man, you guys should be buying this. This is a really cool comic. It's a full recommendation. I liked it. And the perfect thing is what are we? It's January right now. I'm getting back into comic book reviews. So you'll start seeing comic book reviews on a regular basis. I may stay with the indies a lot because I still really see no reason to buy Marvel. And I'm trying to convince myself to buy DC, but the DC universe is so Batman centric right now, and I'm just sort of bored with Batman. So you'll see quite a few indies for me. You'll see a splattering of maybe DC, maybe Marvel if something's good enough or interesting enough, or just outright cringy enough for me to do. But yeah, that's all I got on this one. Go buy The Last Space Race. Issue 3 is out. I'm going to go get issue 3 probably this weekend sometime. But thanks for watching. I am Nerdicane. Please hit a like, hit a subscribe. I need to get some subscribers back up. If there's any comics out there that you think I should be doing that are indie comics that I should do a review on, let me know. Thanks for watching. Y'all go have a good day. Bye.